Can you guys hear me now? Steven, that's funny if you knew me. I'm no legend. Anybody can do anything that I do. Actually, you guys would be totally surprised at the real truth. Totally freaking surprised, at how my life really is. All right, cool. I guess we got sound. Hmm, that was weird. Um, oh well. So I went a little RV shopping yesterday. Uh, some of you may know. Yeah, the prices are still kind of crazy. I think about $75,000 for what I want. About $75,000 more than what I would have got before COVID. Uh, and now I guess I really got to find what I'm looking for. Hey, it's Lana. No, I don't think Lana would ever come on here. Lana is much too camera shy. Bought us a fifth wheel. Right on. Join the club. Am I together with Lana? No, that's I haven't talked to her for probably 6 months. But you can talk to her. You can ask her. You can ask her anything you want. Tell us about Amira. Amira's really sweet. Amira reached out to me right before Christmas and wanted to go out for pie, so we went out for pie. That's all I can say. I saw you at the Arroyo Walmart all the time. Yes. I have a house nearby there at the near the Arroyo Walmart. Joe, you should say hi, unless you're a hater, but I don't think you're a hater. That is where I go for Walmart. Amira is probably at her house right now, I think. Love your fifth wheel. Yeah. You know what? The inside of fifth wheels, I think, is the way to go. Much bigger, much more space, but I don't want to be towing a fifth wheel. I love the idea of having that, big cab that I can drive somewhere. Working tax season this year. No, I retired from taxes a couple years ago, and there's still some clients that I do, but no, not professionally. Have I been to Iowa? No, I have never been to Iowa. Never even driven through Iowa. Somebody wanted to talk about cars. How do I know if the Lambo is a kit or not? Look at the manufacturer plate on the car. I don't know if somebody's faking that, because then you can look up that serial number on the internet. You look for a manufacturer plate. Plus, the kit cars for Lamborghini Countach are much smaller. They were built mostly on a Fiero, and they are much, much smaller. You're not going to get a V12 in the back of a Fiero, okay? So a Fiero Lamborghini is much, much smaller. And it doesn't sound like the big V12 that the Lamborghini Countach has. When you're screaming along at 5,000 RPM in that thing and just flooring it, that is one hell of a sound coming out of the Countach. I love that sound. All the people that have driven with me in it, they know that sound. They love it. But yeah, am I going to get another one? No, I was going to replace that with a brand new Porsche Turbo, and that was right when I decided that I was going to travel full-time in an RV. And what am I going to be doing with a Porsche Turbo when I'm traveling full-time in an RV? Come on, let's be real about how often that thing's going to get used. Would I like to get a stacker trailer to pull behind that RV? Yes, I would like to get a stacker trailer and pull something like a Porsche Turbo, or even the new Corvettes. I've been a Corvette guy all my life, had 5 of them, and I would love to have the new mid-engine ZR1 model of the Corvette. However, crazy times as they are, can you even get one? Can you get one for less than $50,000 over sticker? Who knows? But yeah, somebody says not a Porsche, but do you realize that Porsche is like 0 to 60 in 2.5 seconds? That is an amazing time, and it's 2.5 seconds every time. Every time you do it, it's that, because it's got this fantastic auto start or auto. What do they call those things? I don't remember. Just off the line, just straight off the line all the time. What do I do for work? I don't work anymore. I retired. If you want to know what I did do, It was mostly in computers. I managed the computers for Treasury Department at Clark County the last 17 years. But I did lots of freelance stuff. And I used to build slot machines. Lana Israel. Yes, Lana Israel. Go talk to her. She's got an Instagram account with a few thousand followers now. Talk to her. I don't know if she will talk. Whip it out. Whip it out. You're not going to see me on OnlyFans. No. Maybe, well, if some certain photos leak out, then maybe I'll put them out. If I always thought if certain photos get released, what do? Do you then just release them anyway to the public on your own because, so that it's done and over with? I don't know. Lana looks older than her 20s. Well, she is older. She's 30 now. What shade of hay dye? Dark brown. Which photos? Yeah, which photos? Yeah, I don't think that these photos would be too revealing. However, they were taken a couple years before I gained weight. I gained about 50 pounds after I broke my neck. And I broke my neck like 13 years ago. And then, when you sleep on your neck funny and you have that thing for a few weeks where you can't even turn your head back, you're trying to turn to drive and you can't turn it, it hurts. It only goes so far. That's basically when you do that, you damage the disc. And this disc is pinching your nerve. Well, when I broke my neck, I damaged 4 discs so badly that I couldn't move. Literally couldn't move at all. And the pain was so great. All I could do is try to go to work. If I could handle it at work, I would stay there. If I didn't, I came home and I watched TV and I laid on the bed and I ate. And that was for 9 months. It took 9 months to heal. So what do you do in a lifestyle like that? Yeah, you gain weight. So I gained like 50 pounds. So these photos are just prior to that when I was 50 pounds less and actually looking pretty good. And I don't tan anymore, but I was tanning at that time. So, those photos are with a tan too. Favorite pro wrestler. The last time I watched pro wrestling goes back to, Hulk Hogan days. I remember Hulk Hogan. And there was a guy that died. The guy with the glasses with the stars and stuff. I remember liking that guy too. But so now, and then the strange thing about the weight is, when you do a show like this and you have to do so many filmings after the fact to fill in gaps or whatever for their story, not mine, their story, then they tell you can't change, And I heard stories of some girls going and changing their hair color and then they'd have to change it back, kind of strange. But for me, they said, well, you can't lose the weight because after filming, I said, oh, great. Can I lose the weight now? Because I literally gained the weight right before filming because I didn't know it was coming up. I literally had about a 2-week notice that we were going to film. That's how fast it was. Sun damage. Yeah, I didn't tan that much, once a year. Macho Man, Randy Savage. That's the guy. He died, right? He died. He died from, I think, that disease you get when you take too many steroids. That's what I think I remember hearing. That was quite a while ago. Have I ever been in Hungary? No. Never been in Hungary. What percentage of the show would you say is your story, not TLC's? 5. I don't know what to say in Brazilian Portuguese. I don't know any Portuguese. Although I worked with someone who spoke Portuguese daily on the phone because she was from Brazil. It was kind of cool. He actually crashed his car and died then because he had a heart attack. Okay, yeah. I think that's something like it. I thought I remember it was some medical thing. Would I do 90 days again? Yeah, if if the story's right. And so, yeah, I haven't agreed to doing some of the stories that they've asked, just because I think I know what they're going to do to it. How do I learn Russian? Pimsleur. I think they're the best. It's difficult. All is great now. I have a great life. I don't know why people are out there saying, he's lonely. I haven't been lonely in almost 30 years. Literally, I don't even know what the feeling of loneliness is anymore. It's been almost 30 years. And the same for, I can remember the last time I was depressed, and it was in a breakup 30 years ago. So same thing with depressed. I haven't felt depressed in almost 30 years. How can you when you've got, all kinds of, you've got friends, anytime you want to talk to somebody, you can get online because you got tons of friends online. I don't get it. Sexy lady in the RV. Yeah. Yeah, we made some little joke videos of that. And some people are taking them not as jokes, like, come on, gross, really? But it was all in fun, guys. Really, it's a lot of fun just to make crazy little videos. Keeps you guys on your toes, right? Is it warm in Vegas? Well, depends on what you think is warm. It's in the low 60s right now, maybe even the high 50s. It's probably in the 50s today because I can see it's overcast. And for me, that's cold, but it's okay. Talk about my cats. How are they? Well, I mentioned that about the cat, Mothra. I thought Mothra was going to die because she wasn't eating. And cats will starve themselves to death. Doctor said it takes 10 to 11 days and a cat will starve herself to death or starve itself to death. I couldn't even get her to open her mouth. I was trying to give her gravy, the kind of cat gravy that makes them go crazy, like catnip or whatever. And Mothra literally just would not even open her mouth. And I think it's because of dental. I think she had a bad tooth or something, and she didn't want to eat. Because then when she finally started eating right after that it was probably about day number 8, she looked like she was struggling to try and chew. So I got her some really soft stuff and got her these soups, these cat soups that are really cool. They're expensive, but it's Mothra. Get Mothra what she wants. Yeah, okay, so Kingman's probably about the same as Vegas. It's not Phoenix. Phoenix is another 5 degrees hotter than Vegas. 90 Day Fiance is such crap. It's all fake. Okay. Yeah, no comment from me. Do I have any regrets about doing 90 Day Fiance? Sometimes, and then sometimes no. I mean, would I get to talk to you guys if I didn't do it? No. If I did a YouTube channel, would some of you watch? Probably yes. That was the idea. Lana wanted to know how we could do a travel channel and adventure channel. Adventure meaning we were going to go and do, submersible submarines. The things that you guys don't normally get to see that are out there, like flying cars and stuff. We were going to go out and do that kind of stuff. And she asked me why, how could we make a YouTube channel profitable right away? And I said, I don't know, it takes years. And then I thought, well, we could do a show like this. Like people kept asking me to do 90 Day because I do that thing. I've done Ukraine for 20 years. And so that was my idea. And I guess she didn't like the idea, but she wasn't telling me. I should start an OnlyFans. No, I don't think. Am I still under contract? Yes, I believe so. My contract, I think, was 3 years. I'm only relevant as long as you think I am. And if you're here watching me, then I am, obviously. People recognize me out in public. Much less than usual because of this. Much less than usual, but some people still do. Lana, where's Lana? You'll have to go ask her. She's got an Instagram channel. Go talk to her. Where am I going to go first? I always thought that I'd go to Canada first. Straight north of here. Banff and what's the other city up there near there? Just beautiful places with the lakes up there. Love that. Do I still date internationally? Yes, of course. Why not? You know, if you had my life, why wouldn't you do whatever you can? Why wouldn't you do whatever you want to do? Yeah, the only reason I didn't shave, this is COVID. This is COVID. And the only reason I don't shave it is because you guys, by a poll of like 500 to 1, you guys prefer it. Will I figure out how to groom it better? Yes, because I've never worn one in my life, and it's a lot of work. But yeah. Do I look younger because of this or because of the shorter hair? I don't know. What was my secret to looking so young? You should have known me all my life. All my life, I was always looking so much younger than I really was. So, it just hasn't changed. And I haven't done anything. I'm going to, I got all these spots and stuff, and I'm going to because I've got some skin tags on my eye. You can't really see unless I get like really close, maybe. I don't know. And I'm going to go to dermatologist and see what you can do about that. See if they can do any of this other stuff here. Might as well spend the money, right? Figure out what to do. But I haven't done anything. Grow a longer beard? I don't know that I'd look good in a longer beard. Do I miss Lana? I haven't talked to her for 6 months. Do I like her? Yeah, I liked her. Of course I like her. But it was just too hard to get her to agree to I don't know how to say it. Maybe you'll see it in a show coming up. I don't know. Not saying that there's any show, just maybe. Spicy honey in my tea. I love tea. Lots of sugar. Love sweet tea, especially hot tea. Not sure what they're saying there. Privet, it's gone. I still got a lot of life left. I think I'm going to go for a long time. And doing the things I got planned that I'm going to be doing, it's going to be an amazing life. I got at least another 15 good years out of doing whatever I feel like doing, traveling whenever I feel like doing. For me, this is what travel life's going to be. I'll go on a 6-week RV trip, and then we'll get out of the RV, go on a 2-week cruise, come off the cruise for another 6-week RV trip, and then go to Rome for a month, come back for another 6-week RV trip, then go to Australia for a month, and on and on and on. Just not going to end. I don't need to. Funny thing, Lisa, how does that show up? Lisa, it's like, I forgot what you were saying, right? I forgot what Lisa had said because it was at the top of the screen and it went away, and I dragged it down and now it's gone. Do I have a girlfriend? No. Lana is real. Yes, Lana is real. I always knew Lana was real. You guys didn't because you were only allowed to see what they wanted you to see. You didn't get to see nearly any of the story. If I bullet strike. You know what? If you bullet strike, can you get a kiss? Yes, that works. I've used that on so many dates. That is a fantastic icebreaker. You guys really should try it. Instead of poo-pooing it, you guys should try it. I haven't smoked any weed in, I think, 40 years. I know what it smells like still, but I haven't smoked any in about 40 years. No, and I don't drink at home either. I drink if I go out with someone at a restaurant or whatever, but I have no alcohol at home. Oh, Fauci fan. You can't be a Fauci fan. But he gave away the Dexter series. Jeez. Yeah, if I'm with someone, I don't have any problem with, getting a little high with them or getting a little buzzed. But I think those are two different drugs. How is Caesar? Caesar's fantastic. Caesar's fantastic. Having a great time. Who's prettier, Lana or Amira? Can't answer that. Not going to answer that. Hibachi steakhouses. I don't know if that I've ever been to one specifically, but I love steak. Favorite part of Lana? Oh, there was so much about Lana. Lana matched me real well in what we wanted to do. You guys think that she didn't want to go in an RV, that someone that young doesn't want to get in an RV? Seems that Amira changed her mind. Lana loved the idea. She just wanted to know if it was real. She couldn't believe it was going to be real. Who do you think's going to the Super Bowl? Don't know. But I went to a Super Bowl once. Oh, God, how old was I when I went to Super Bowl? I went to Super Bowl and saw the LA Rams lose to the Pittsburgh Steelers. We were given tickets by my dad's best friend, who was a steel mill, Kaiser Steel in California, blast furnace superintendent, and he had tickets. So guess which section we had to sit in as LA Rams fans? Yeah, you guessed it. I got to steal Gino's girlfriend. What? That's not the kind, I'm not a sugar daddy, never been on a sugar daddy site, never ever will be a sugar daddy. Ask Lana how much money I gave her, for real. Ask her. And you can ask Amira how much I've given her. I don't care. There isn't anything. It's zero. Golden Knights. Yeah, I would be a Golden Knights fan if I liked hockey, I guess. But, in reality, I don't have a sports gene. There's no sports genes in me. I have no interest in watching sports. I'd rather spend time with my girl or doing something. Hey, Fauci fan. So long. Lana is not what you think. The Lana you know is what you were showed. That is not Lana. Not at all. And that is why she wasn't at the tell-all. Ding, ding, ding. Give the fans a prize. What was my most iconic quote on 90 Day Fiance? It's got to be the right? The which I said one time. And I guess the producers liked it so much that they put it in everywhere. Yeah, if you guys only knew, right? If you guys only knew. Dorora? I don't know what that is. Yeah, you've been a little late here. I don't know. You might find out the exact details later in some show. Fauci, it's past your bedtime. No way I'm 59. Who says I'm 59? I'm 63. But I see on the internet that, they have my birth year wrong. I was born in 1958. Yeah, I'm sure yeah, that's it. I grew up in mostly Southern California. From the age of 10 on, I grew up in Southern California. How come I'm not dating Lollysa? Come on, guys. Would you date Lollysa? Lollysa wouldn't be interested in someone like me. You know what? I've never seen Yolanda. I don't know if Yolanda's anywhere at all. I know she lives here in Vegas, but maybe she's just letting the whole thing drop. I don't know. When am I coming to Australia? I've been invited to Australia a lot, because I did a cruise once where half the cruise ship was Australians, and they were all saying, "Hey, come down here. We'll put you up. We'll show you around." But right now, isn't Australia like going through some lockdown? This is crazy. What kind of people do you have as politicians there? Lock down the country because one person has Omicron of all things, which, God, the Omicron I had was so much easier than a regular cold. I was vaxxed, but it was like a nothing. Favorite game in Vegas? Well, I used to be a blackjack player. Many years ago, when I turned 21, I came to Vegas for the first time to play blackjack professionally. And I had practiced for 2 years prior to that. Oh, come on, people. I don't know how poker players can sit there all day and play. It was the most boring thing I ever did. It's one thing to practice and deal cards in front of yourself, and another thing to be sitting at a table waiting for some people to make decisions and whatever. That was so boring. Made almost no money. Paid my expenses, but that's it. And after 3 months, I came home. Says on Google I'm 59, so that makes it even more mind-blowing that you're 64. 63! Don't add that year yet. I'm 63. And yeah, I can do what I want. 63. I'm not collecting Social Security yet. But actually, if I tried to collect Social Security, I wouldn't get paid. I earn too much money on the side or from investments to actually get Social Security to pay me. They take all of it away. At the end of the year, they go, you made too much, you owe us this money back. That's the way it works. Until you turn, for me, age 66 and 8 months, I don't get to collect any Social Security. It would all be taken away. Lisa. Yes, 63. Did Lana act like Natalie from this? You know what? I'm probably not that current with the show. I don't know how Natalie acted on the show. Lana is very, very shy. Once you start realizing how shy Lana is, then you will know some things will start to set in your mind. You will start to see things. And when you're watching the show, you can't believe the stuff on the show. You know how many takes we did of the meeting? How many takes? At least 10 until they got something bad that they liked. I should date Natalie. I don't think Natalie wants me. Natalie wants a kid. I don't want kids. Lana didn't want kids either. Financial advisor. I'd be a horrible financial advisor probably. I didn't make my money from investments. I will now, but that's not where it came from. I should wrestle Colt. Colt's a cool guy. I went out to lunch with Colt. Really cool guy. We talked for a long time. You worked for Social Security 30 years. I mean, you worked in the Social Security Administration? So now you're collecting that good pension. Hope you got better pension than I got. I do collect a pension, but it's a worthless pension. It's not inflation protected. Yeah, the hair definitely makes me look younger. Did me and Lana really date? Me and Lana were the only thing real about the show, okay? But the story is not right. Lana, did I date Lana for 7 years? No. Come on. She was 20 years old at that time. If you do the math, she would have been 20 years old. She was just a friend, the same as Anya was. That's how I met Anya. I didn't meet Anya at 18, but I talked to Anya at 18 because she was begging me to talk to her because nobody was talking to her. So I said, okay, what do you want to talk about? And I talked to Anya, and we became friends. And 14 years later, we were still friends. And I every time I go to Odessa, I'd look her up. If I wasn't on a date, I'd say, hey, you want to go out to dinner? And she'd go out to dinner with me. That was like Lana. So did Lana ever stood me up? No. That didn't happen either. Spent the night at Lana's? No, Lana's too shy for that. Well, it's 4:44, and I gotta go. So, love talking to you guys, and I will talk to you again soon, probably. Okay? How often do I go back to Odessa? Well, I haven't gone back yet, but I will go back to Odessa soon. And I'll talk to you guys later, okay? Take it easy, Go to the movies. I want to see. I'm going to the movies to see West Side Story tonight. It's not a direct remake. It's a different story. Maybe it's West East Side Story. I don't know. A little bit different. It's going to be great. I'll talk to you later. Okay. Bye bye, guys.